Hello, I'm Vaishali Kohli and you're watching NewsX. Now, the NIA has launched a probe into a Jaish-E-Mohammed terror module that plotted Hamas-style attacks in Delhi using drones and small rockets. The investigation has revealed a pan-India conspiracy involving technical experts, doctors and engineers, leading to multiple arrests and raids in cities, including Faridabad. According to reports, they conspired to launch an attack on several cities, including the capital of India, Delhi. The arrested operative Jasir Bilal, Wani, was allegedly tasked with modifying drone technology for the aerial attacks. Jasir Bilal Wani, the alleged tech brain who engineered drones and rockets for Hamas-style attacks, and co-conspirator Amir Rashid Ali, both have been arrested. The developments took a tragic turn when Jasir Wani's father, a dry fruit seller from Kashmir, died by self-immolation following his son's detention. Now, of course, I have my guest joining me, Brigadier Rajan Jamwal, who's a retired defense expert. And I also have with me Mr. L.N. Rao, who's a former DCP from the Delhi Police. I'd first like to go across to Brigadier Rajan Jamwal. Now, Brigadier Jamwal, how do you see this? Because apparently multiple cities were going to be targeted.
A very sinister plan, and the use of the so-called white-collar educated people would have made it much easier because engineers were there, doctors were there. These guys understand about a little bit about, chemicals, how to mix them. I mean, the background is there, so making explosives. Then there are engineers who understand the drones, how do they operate, and they can modify them. So this is in-house terrorism. After Sindoor 1, Pahalgam, probably Pakistan realized, they have to do whatever they have to do. The hand of Pakistan should not be shown. That is why they recruited these so-called educated people, and even the links, not directly through Pakistan, via Turkey, so that a more deniability could be built into the whole operation. But the plot was very, very sinister. I mean, imagine, 3 tons of ammonium nitrate mixed with TNTP or RDX or fuel oil, and the drones, you would have car blast, drone attacks, and what have you, all over the country simultaneously. It is kudos to our intelligence agencies, to our police forces, and, who could stop such a major thing right in the tracks. Though we did have a blast in front of Red Fort. I mean, it is still not clear whether it was accidental, he was just transporting it, taking it elsewhere, and the thing went off, or it was deliberately made for that crossing only. But notwithstanding all that, we need to be more alert. We certainly need to be more alert, more vigilant, have stricter security protocols, monitor their communications. We need to change the law if required, because the agencies and the police forces have to have that capability to listen into their communications. And for that, even if we have to change the laws, we must change the laws, give these forces more teeth. And I think that is the only way forward. Yeah.
All right, I want to bring in Mr. L.N. Rao, former DCP from the Delhi Police, into the discussion. Now, Mr. Rao, the agencies, of course, have done a good job when it comes to those explosives. But the question really is that how is a car being driven across Delhi without anybody coming to know that there were so many explosives in the car?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, my co-panelists and all your viewers. Thank you for today's giving me opportunity to join this channel. Definitely, it was no doubt initially that Jammu and Kashmir police and Faridabad police has done a wonderful job preventing all the so-called terror attacks planned by these Sinisters and the white-collar terrorism people. But this is very also sad on the evening of 10th of November. This car exploded near Red Fort. Seems to be the pre-planned action carried out by these people. But definitely this may be, as you rightly asked me, that why could happen that this car could not be detected. Maybe because of some lack of intelligence on the part of informers given to the police. One more thing, that the thousands and lakhs of car enter and come out and come Delhi and coming to Delhi. It's very difficult to check each and every car. But unless and until there is one specific information, it's very difficult to check such type of car. But obviously, on that day when in the morning there was a seizure of huge quantity of explosive in Haryana, I think that high alert was announced all over Delhi NCR, so that there should not be any incident, untoward incident. But still, this car could sneak into our capital and that reached up to Red Fort, roam about on the Delhi, and also kept waiting for 3-4 hours in the parking near a mosque in Red Fort, and then it was blasted at around 6:34. So this is really a very sad incident, but definitely we must encourage our security forces. They are doing good jobs. While doing good jobs, some part of that action may be miscalculated or mismanaged. That is, I think, that is the one issue in that case. And moreover, coming that Babri Masjid incident on 6th January and our Republic Day celebrations 26, 27, 26. I think that planning of these terrorist, white-collar terrorist people have been unearthed by our security forces. And just imagine if this 3,000, around 2,900 kilogram explosive could have been used using several bomb blasts in India. So there could have been havoc. But thanks God and thanks to the efforts of our intelligence agencies, Jammu Kashmir Police and Haryana Police, it could be averted. And the link of this terror module is connected to JEM, Jaish-E-Mohammed, and so many other people are being apprehended in connection with this case, including the Al-Falah University is also on the radar. So I think after interrogation of all the suspects who have been arrested, or rather the terrorists who have been arrested, by the interrogation by NIA will lead so many other things, so many other clues to go ahead in this case. And I think that it will be a remarkable investigation and being done by the NIA.
Brigadier Rajan Jamwal, now I want to begin with a disclaimer, which is that I'm not trying to glamorize any terrorist here, but these are unbelievably intelligent men. I mean, Jasir, Bilal, Wani is of course being called the tech brain who was modifying drone technology for aerial attacks. And previously in the morning during my broadcast, we showed viewers a video of Omar, the other terrorist, who was talking about, of course, suicide bombing, but you could figure in that video that this man was extremely educated. So my question to you is that, you know, these men can do so much with their lives. How are they lured into this terrorism mess?
I call this generational indoctrination. Not happen in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, year, 2 year. It happened over generations. The madrasa system we have, which is actually, all over the country, it is actually producing these kind of people, irrespective of, what white collar they take and what technical degrees they take. The indoctrination in these places, the madrasas, even masjids, and at home, over the generations, has resulted in mushrooming of such people. Unfortunately, what has happened is our law enforcement, mostly at the law and order stage, it is mostly again contact policing. That means it is human driven, physical searches, everything, not technology driven. We have to move more towards technology driven, non-contact policing. It is impossible, like it said, to physically search every vehicle that comes into Delhi. But if you have a facial recognition system, which automatically connects anybody who's a suspect, once the name is there, it's on the screen and it starts screaming, okay, this guy's there on this thing. And you have every shop, every establishment, their video feeds linked together to the facial recognition system, just see the difference. Secondly, for searching for explosive, I see even you go to a mall or something, the guy is looking with a 4,000 rupees metal detector, trying to search you the dicky of your car, which is made up of metal. I have asked a couple of people, what are you looking with a metal detector in a vehicle made up of metal? What you need to do is get explosive detectors. Of course, they are expensive. I think the latest cost is about 25. The sniffer devices, spectrometers, whatever we call them. They detect explosives. All known explosives give vapors. The vapors can be detected. Now, at least to begin with, we need to force all big establishments who can afford that, instead of this 4,000 rupees metal detector, to go in for these spectrometers, which can detect explosives. And once it happens, the cost will come down because they'll start getting manufactured in India. Similarly, the police forces, all nakas, they need to be equipped with this. We have to move more toward technology-driven, non-contact policing. Whereas our focus is always on, contact policing. I think it's part of the police reforms which will come about in due course of time. But for the nation, it is very dangerous that such kind of white criminals or white collar criminals are moving around in the open and plotting such big games. It's time. It's high time we get to the bottom of this. And because they will not be alone. Probably there are hundreds like these spread all over the country. We may have bought down one big module, but there could be a number of other modules. So one concerted drive. Last few years, especially in J&K, you see a very concerted drive has been made by the government to this thing. In this, we saw the action against PFI, SEMI, everybody this thing. But I think this drive needs to be intensified. We move it from just cleaning to deep cleaning. Like you take your vehicle for regular wash and all, but once in a while you take it for deep cleaning. I think the deep cleaning of the society is required. Everybody should be a suspect. Everybody means everybody. And whosoever his behavioral pattern not matching, this thing, and we get all this technology and what do you say, predictive tools. We get them into operation, equip our forces, the police forces, the other agencies, equip them to use them, handle them, and that is the only way we can survive as a nation. Yeah, Vaishali.
All right. Now, Mr. L.N. Rao, you've been a former DCP with the Delhi police. So my question to you is that now when a bomb blast takes place, how do regular people, how do commuters in metros, people going to shops, markets, what are the precautions that they should take now going forward? Because we're still not safe.
Vaishali, this is a very important question you have asked me. When there is a bomb blast, and then how the common man can be saved by that. This is very important. And first of all, when there is some information about any blast to be taken place or something suspicious person, which may be a bomb blast, then the people should be asked. And generally the SOP is that the police reaches at the spot and they cordon off the area, and then they keep away the general public. And moreover, the public is also warned to be careful about suspected persons or any suspected objects at the public places. And then if they found something like that, they should definitely immediately inform the police at that same level, so that action can be taken. Bomb squad can come there, and that